cringe harder. If you're an artist, cringe harder than you've ever cringed before. If you write music, if you write jokes, if you paint, don't be afraid to lean into the cringe. Don't be afraid to like do something that you feel like might be embarrassing, might be too vulnerable, might be too wacky, too silly, too whatever. Fill in the blank. Lean into that. The reason I'm sharing this today is last night me and Brett were driving and we were just like listening to a rap playlist, and that song Get Low came on from like the early 2000s, and we were just kind of talking about how like that song was crazy popular when it came out, and it's still popular. If you're out in public and that comes on, everyone will sing along. To the windows, to the walls, right? Super popular song. And imagine you're the guy writing the song, and imagine you don't know it's gonna be such a viral hit, it's gonna make you millions and millions of dollars, but you show it to a friend and your friend is like, oh, that's super cringe. It's like, oh, to the windows, to the wall, oh, I don't like that, that's cringe, that's not real art, right? You see how insane that is? And like, I can think about how many times I've been working on a song, working on a draft of something, and I show it to somebody and they shit all over it. And really it's because of their insecurity. And if you, I feel like this lawnmower guy's coming after me. If you're making art, like, you gotta like separate yourself from the cringe. You gotta like say what you're gonna say, and like understand that like it's kind of a fickle thing, right? Like even right now in this, like sometimes while I'm talking, I kind of am like, what the fuck am I saying? Is this making any sense? Is this gonna be cohesive? Are people gonna resonate with this? Is this adding value to the listener? And like I have to like push through the cringe and say, I don't know if this is working or not, I don't know if this is gonna resonate or not, but if I let the cringe take over, I'll just stop recording and I'll go, it's not worth it to create art today. Like, creating art is coming right up against the feeling of cringe and pushing through and saying, I'm gonna get to the other side of this regardless of how I feel about it. And yeah, like if you're writing music, like it's so easy to create cringe out of nothing. When people ask me about writing songs, I'm really big on this. It's like, if you sit down with expectation, you're gonna like be filled with cringe. If you're like, ooh, I wanna make an amazing song, you've set up all this expectation that will push you into the cringe zone. Because like, you're like, just try and create something from nothing, something simple, and just create like whatever the moment's telling you to create, which it's like, if I'm sitting at a keyboard, I'm just gonna put my hands down and I'm gonna play a chord. And like whatever chord I play is going to be a chord I've played before. It's going to be a chord that thousands of people, millions of people have played before. There's, you know, if you write a song where the first chord is C, there's a million songs where the first chord is C. Write a song where the first chord is B flat minor. So a million songs where that's the first chord. Like, and you might be like playing a progression and be like, ooh, this kind of feels like this other song. Cringe. It's like, no, it's not cringe. Like, it's okay. It's an expression of you at this point in time, in this moment. It's okay for it to sound like something else. It's okay for it to like, you know, not be like an earth-shattering new revelation. Brett said something great last night. He said songs aren't supposed to be perfect. They're just expressions. And if a song has something maybe weird to it, actually, something that's like kind of standing on its own, if there's a line that's like audacious, maybe really funny, or like really sincere or really earnest, like that might be the best part of the song. You know, that To the Windows, to the Walls song, like those lines are really over the top. To the windows, to the walls, to the sweat drop down my balls, all these bitches crawl, aw skeet skeet motherfucker. Like, that's crazy. Think about writing that down. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy to do that. But I don't even know, was it Lil Jon? Like, they just had the conviction to say like, no, this is catchy, this is fun to sing, let's do it. And they just did it and they sent it. And then it was a huge hit. And so like, the point of my lesson today is like, if you're making art, the feeling of cringe is going to rear its ugly head and try and get you to stop making the art. Cringe is the work of the devil. There we go. That's the lesson. It's like, release your cringe, release it. You know, I go to open mics, and especially in 2025 at open mics, I've like really pushed myself to free fall into them. And I'm not trying to like rely on material. I just get up there and I just speak. And I'll just do whatever the moment's telling me. And sometimes the whole room is like dead, and I'll just like say crazy shit just to try and shake up the room, and I'll activate the cringe of the room. I will activate discomfort and weirdness and cringe just to sit in that and like get through to the other side and realize like, if you're cringe in front of an audience, if you're like soaking in embarrassment for 5 minutes, it's like, it actually like is better than like hiding behind material that you know doesn't work. And it's like getting up there, being weird for 5 minutes, feeling the collective embarrassment you've generated by free falling and being on the edge of what's comfortable. You come out the other side actually stronger, because it's like some of it works, some of it doesn't. You get to speak freely and be open. There's a hilarious kind of like thing about open mics that I love, where it's like, if I'm holding the microphone, you have to listen to me, which to me is zoomed out is so funny, because it means you can say whatever you want and nobody can really stop you. But leaning into cringe makes it so that like, it's easier to have a hard conversation with somebody. If somebody's bothering you in your personal life, you can just say it. If you're not having your needs met, you can just speak up. And like, I think people don't create the relationships what they want. They don't achieve what they want because they're afraid of that feeling of cringe. Listen, if you are an artist, you're going to have cringe feeling. It's gonna happen. So embrace it, practice it, and know that it's just a feeling, and it doesn't actually mean anything. So like, feel the feeling, let it pass. Love you guys.